Merry Christmas, boys and girls! I hope that you guys enjoyed Miss Johnson reading a book as much as I did. I loved her story about teddy bears. I have a bunch of them of my own. But I am so excited that it's Christmas. Can you believe it? I got my Christmas headband on. I got my Christmas shirt on. And guess what we are going to read today? A Christmas book. Miss Boone's favorite Christmas book. So, I can't even see it anymore. We're going to have to jump right into this. So, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So, we're going to sing our song. Ready? Front cover, back cover, title and spine. Front cover, back cover, title and spine. Front cover, back cover, title and spine. These are the parts of a book. And this is a hardcover book. You can't bend this one. This one's hard. All right, let's see. Miss Boone is so excited. How the Grinch Stole Christmas by, what do you think this is by? Dr. Seuss. By Dr. Seuss. We just got done reading all of his books right before we had to go home. All right, ready? Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be perhaps that his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. Poor Grinchy. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Whos, staring down from his cave with a sour, Grinchy frown at the warm lighted windows below in their town, for he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a mistletoe wreath. And they're hanging their stockings, he snarled with a sneet. Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here. Then he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming. I must stop away to find Christmas from coming. For tomorrow, he knew, all the Who boys and girls would wake up bright and early. They'd rush for their toys. And then, oh, the noise, the noise, the noise, the noise, the noise. That's one thing he hated. The noise, 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 noise. Looks like they are making so much noise with their drums and their kazoos and playing their games. Looks like they're having so much fun. Then the Who's young and old would sit down to a feast. And they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, feast, feast. They would feast on Who pudding and rare Who roast beef, which was something the Grinch could not stand in the least. They've got a long table with so many people and so much food. And then they do something he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and the Whos would start singing. They'd sing, and they'd sing, and they'd sing, sing, sing. And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I've put up with it now. I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how? Then he got an idea. He got an awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderfully awful idea. What do you think his idea could be? I know just what to do, the Grinch laughed in his throat, and he made a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat, and he chuckled and he clucked, what a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer. The Grinch looked around, but since reindeer are scarce, there were none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No, the Grinch simply said. If I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max, and then he took some red thread, and he tied a big horn to the top of his head. I would make Fred into my reindeer, and he would love it. That is a lie. He would hate it. Then He loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh, and then he hitched up old Max. Then the Grinch said, "Giddy up!" and the sleigh started down towards the homes where the Who's lay a snooze in their town. All the windows were dark, quiet snow filled the air. All the Who's were dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square, "This is stop number 1, the old Grinchy Claus hissed. And he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch. But if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once, for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little Who stockings all hung in a row. "These stockings," he grinned, "are the first things to go." He is not being very nice right now. Then he slithered and slunked with a smile most unpleasant around the whole room, and he took every present. Pop guns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorns, and plums. And he stuffed them in bags, and the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by up the chimbley. My gosh. Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who's pudding. He took the roast beast. Oh my gosh. He cleaned out that icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took their last can of Who hash. Looks like he left nothing. Oh my goodness. Then he stuffed up the food up the chimney with glee, and now, he grinned, the Grinch, "I will stuff up the tree." And the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove. When he heard a small sound like the coo of a dove, he turned around fast and he saw a small Who. Little Cindy Lou Who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter who'd got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said, "Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why?" You think he's going to tell her the truth? But you know that old Grinch was so smart and so slick, he thought up a lie, and he thought up it quick. "Why, my sweet little tot," the fake Santa Claus lied, "there's a light on this tree that won't light on one side, so I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, and then I'll bring it back here." And his fib fooled the child as he patted her head, and he got into her drink, and he sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who went to bed with her cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed that tree up. Is lying good? No, we don't lie, right? Then the last thing he took was the log for their fire. Then he went up the chimney himself, that old liar. On the walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire. And the one speck of food that was left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. I don't know if you can see, but look at that tiny, tiny crumb. That's the only thing he left. Oh my goodness. Then he did the same thing to the other Who's houses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other Who's mouses. It was 1/4 dawn, and all the Who's still abed, and all the Who's still a snooze, when he packed up his sled, packed it up with their presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, the tags and the tinsel, the trimmings, the trappings. That is a mighty big sled. 3,000 feet up on the side of Mount Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip-top to dump it. Pooh-pooh to the Who's as he grinchiously humming. They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two. Then the Who's down in Whoville will all cry, "Boo-hoo!" which is not very nice. "That's a noise," grinned the Grinch, "that I simply must hear." So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. What do you think he could be hearing? Do you think he's hearing all the Who's cry, boo-hoo? But the sound wasn't sad. Why, it sounded merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very. He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook. What he saw was a shocking surprise. What do you think he's so surprised about? Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, were singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or another, it came just the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed down with his load through the bright morning light, and he brought back the toys and the food for the feast. And he, what do you think he did? Himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beef. The end. That is one of Miss Boone's favorite books ever. So now we are going to sing a song. All right? Now, you might have heard this song before. So if you know the words or know the letters, sing it with me, okay? And my cameraman keeps wanting to tell me something, but you have to wait. Miss Boone is busy filming a video for her class, okay? Ready? Red hat, white beard, twinkle in his eyes. Santa is his name, oh. Let's see if we can spell it. S-A-N-T-A, 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 and Santa is his name, oh. Red hat, white beard, twinkle in his eyes. Santa is his name, oh. A-N-T-A, 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 and Santa is his name, oh. Red hat, white beard, twinkle in his eyes. Santa is his name, oh. N-T-A, 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 and Santa is his name, oh. Now we're gonna clap 3 times. Hat, white beard, twinkle in his eye. Santa is his name, oh. T-A, 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 and Santa is his name, oh. Now we're gonna clap 4 times. Red hat, white beard, twinkle in his eye. Santa is his name, oh. A, and Santa is his name, oh. Now we're gonna clap 5 times. Red hat, white beard, twinkle in his eye. Santa is his name, oh. And Santa is his name, oh. S-A-N-T-A, 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 and Santa is his name, oh. Awesome job. I just remembered something while we were singing that song. Miss Boone will be right back. I have to show you something. All right. Are you guys ready for this? 1 second. Oh. 1 second. antlers. Look at how cute. He's like my own little reindeer, right? Fred also hates every second of this, so this is not going to last long. Right? Good boy. All right, my cameraman, what did you finally want to tell me?
Miss Boone, it's May 22nd, not Christmas.
Huh? Is it only May? What? Oh well. Have a good weekend, boys and girls. We love you.